Alright, hello everyone. This is SMHminecraft, and I am our engineer/technician. This is my first video for SMHminecraft commentaries, and it is going to be a beginner's guide to redstone. So what redstone is a wire that transfers power between objects. When I'm working with redstone, I'd like to have with me a toolbox containing a pickaxe for mining out blocks, a type of block that I'm using to fill up any mistakes, of course the redstone wire, an array of wooden stone pressure pads, levers, buttons, redstone torches, as well as redstone repeaters. So I will be explaining the significance and uses of all of these items, hopefully, in this video. So let's get started. So when you're mining around and you come across a block like this, a stone block with red blotches, you hit it, it starts to glow, you'll know it's redstone. When you mine it, you'll get a few of these redstone pieces that I am holding right now. If you place it on the ground, it's just black and not really glowing at all, such as the block. You can use it to make intricate circuits. Placing it down will cause it to form to your needs. But of course, it will stay black until power is given. So I think it's time to move to the power section. Alright, so now I'll explain power. Here I have a wooden pressure pad connected to two redstone wire connected to a door. Now, what happens when I step on the pressure pad? Power is given to the redstone wire, causing the door to open. When I step off, the power is no longer given. The next form of giving power is the stone button. As you can see, pressing the button will of course send power to the door. It will only last a few seconds, however, so you can press the door and it will open. Buttons can only be placed on walls, so a setup like this is needed for the circuit, or else you cannot place the button. The third power giving object is my favorite, 69. If you watched SMH Andrew's video about houses, you'll note that I like to give myself lots of 69. 69 of course being the data value for a lever. Hitting a lever will cause power to be given to an object for an infinite amount of time until the lever is turned off. On, off. These are the three main power giving objects. Over here we have redstone torches. Redstone torches always supply power and are mainly used inside the circuit for direction of power flow. Redstone torches can be made the same as normal torches, only with redstone instead of charcoal. Right here we have a redstone torch connected to redstone wire and a door. As you can see, the door remains open and the redstone remains lit. When I remove the torch, the door closes. When I put it back, it stays open. You should know that giving power to a redstone torch will cause it to turn off. In a setup like this, you can see that the redstone torch is on, but when I flick the lever, the redstone torch turns off. And it goes back on. But you should keep in mind that this layout works, such as the button, having the power supply flow directly on top of the redstone torch. As for over here, the lever and the redstone torch are supplying power, canceling each other out, causing this to stay on. Now we move on to movement of power. Redstone wire can carry power up one block or down one block, meaning a rig like this, up 2 blocks, is not going to work, I'm sorry to say. But keep in mind that obstructing a diagonal block with redstone wire will cause the power to go off, such as here. As you can see, the redstone is no longer lit. So when you're making your circuits, be sure to leave plenty of room for the redstone wire to carry its power. Now, let's say I wanted to open that iron door all the way over there. Well, I could just walk up, but then I couldn't, because iron doors can only be opened with power, unlike wooden doors, which can be opened by hand. So, I have this rig set up. Let's hit the lever. What happened? The door does not open. That's because redstone wire can only carry power for 15 blocks before it cuts out. You can see the dimming effect in the redstone wire. So what we have to do is to somehow repeat the power. That is where our redstone repeater comes in. So what we want to do is just take out a block close to the end of the power, face the direction that we want the power to go, and simply place down the repeater. The power is successfully repeated and the door opens. Make sure that you are indeed facing the way that you want the power to flow, because if you are facing the source of the power will not transfer, and if you are going to the sides, the power will not transfer either. Redstone repeaters are very recent additions to Minecraft. Before this, we knew how to repeat power using double inversion. But let's get down to single inversion first. So, let's say for some reason I wanted to keep this door open all the time and only close it when I hit this button. Well, as you can see, that doesn't really work out. But we can do this through inversion of power. So what I want to do is mine out 2 blocks of the circuit, place down a block that I'm wanting to use, and place a redstone torch facing the object that I want to power. This causes the door to be open all the time. By placing a redstone wire on top of here, that can supply the power. Now, when I hit this button, the door will close. This can be done with any of the power-giving objects, such as pressure pads or levers. Now that we know single inversion of power, we can use double inversion in order to successfully extend this reach of power here. So, we're back to square one. Now, I'm going to mine out 2 blocks here, place down a block, 2 blocks here, place down a block, add on our redstone torches, and our redstone wiring on top. As you can see, the door is now open here, and we can close there, thanks to double inversion. As you can see, the lack of power here turns this on, which turns this off, keeping the door closed. And when we hit the switch again, the power forces the middle torch off, which forces this on, which opens this door. Now, if this is a bit tricky, you can always go back and use your redstone repeater. It's made it a lot easier in the newer updates of Minecraft, but I'm just giving you a taste of how we needed to do it before the repeater came out. I'd like to thank you for viewing my beginner's guide to redstone. I hope that you like this video, and I will be releasing more advanced versions of redstone circuits that you can learn off in the future. If you'd like to learn anything more about redstone, you can always leave me a comment in the section below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. This has been SMHAdamZ, and I'll see you later.